Right, let's talk about my elbow. So last week I posted on my Instagram and YouTube channel page a little update for you guys on exactly what's going on. But I wanted to make a YouTube video to explain in depth exactly what's been happening over the past few months and what's going to be happening over the next few months to get you guys excited for what's to come, because it's going to be awesome. So let's start back in the beginning a few months ago when I actually had this injury. As some of you may know, I actually had a shoulder injury which lasted about 6 weeks a few months back. Now, as soon as that injury was kind of subsiding, I was coming back to tournaments. I think I played in Roehampton on the grass, and I followed that by playing a British Tour tournament on the hard court. I actually had a pain in my elbow. Now, I wasn't sure at the time what it was, and I was a little bit nervous because it was actually hurting the way I was playing. It was kind of getting a little bit sore after I played a few hours in a row, and I thought that I had to monitor it and get it checked. So I went to multiple specialists, one in the UK and one in Switzerland, and I got a diagnosis from them. But throughout that time, I thought it was best to keep playing, keep pushing through, and play tournaments. Now, one thing I want to say, during this whole time when I was playing, I think I was limited to around 4 to 5 hours of tennis per week. Now, if I had matches, that was maybe pushed to 6 or 7. But as you can tell, that's not a lot of tennis. And so it was really tough mentally to keep doing the videos for you guys, but also to keep myself motivated. And also, of course, if you're feeling rusty before every match, it's not ideal. So that was quite tough. So I got the verdict back from the 2 specialists that I saw. And of course, I can't go into detail of exactly what I have, but there was a problem with my elbow to do with impingement when I was serving mainly. So I decided to schedule the operation for early December so I could recover during the off season when there aren't that many tournaments. So up until then, you guys have seen me in Greece, in Spain, in multiple different countries, in Italy, around the world, playing multiple tournaments. Now, of course, these were with an injury, but I didn't want to let that set me back. I didn't want to use it as an excuse. I also didn't want to let you guys down from the perspective of just sitting on the couch for the next 3 months when I could be out there competing, at least giving it an effort, at least giving it my all every day. And I owed that to myself, but also to you guys. Right, so I decided to have the operation at the beginning of December. We flew to Switzerland to have it done. The next day, it was about 5 o'clock in the morning when I had to get ready. I was super nervous, super anxious. I didn't really know what to expect, but it all went pretty well, I thought. Then they put me to sleep, and it was about a 1-hour operation, so it wasn't too invasive. And I woke up about 2-3 hours later in the recovery room. And this is when I said some very funny things to the camera because I was super out of it because of all of the sedatives and stuff like that. I actually gave you guys a pep talk / update on what's going on.
Let's go 2023, baby.
So if you watch the end of the video, I'll show you what that was like. The recovery after on the next few days was reasonably straightforward. I was improving day by day. The 2 to 3 days I stayed in the clinic. My arm was improving. I was trying to move around as much as possible to get some exercise, especially for the legs, so that you don't, waste away the legs. And I've been doing that all the way up until this day. A lot of work on making sure the rest of my body is staying fine. After that, we went to Germany to do some recovery work just before Christmas. Of course, I was seeing the physio almost every single day, doing my gym almost every single day. I was really trying to push forwards and getting back the range of motion, then the strength, and then trying to get back to hitting some tennis balls. Over the next week, I'm going to be getting back into training. I'm going to be super excited to get back onto the court and slowly progress things. It may be not a fast transition, so by no means am I saying in the next 2 weeks that I'm going to be back to playing tournaments, but it's definitely going to be a progression of playing through the levels, increasing the strength in my arm, the range of motions there nearly, so getting that strength back into the arm, and then progressing from playing yellow ball to then playing tournaments. With that being said, going to take you guys along the journey over the next few weeks of exactly what the process is of my recovery, getting back to tennis, and I'm going to be so excited to share all of these amazing videos with you guys in the new year. Next week, I'm going to be talking all about money, so how much the last year cost me financially from all of my travels, to give you guys an idea of how much it actually costs to be a professional tennis player, travel the world, play these tournaments. It might be more than some of you guys expect, but I also want to say to you guys that I've learned so much in the last year, so I'm super excited to take everything that I've learned last year and put it into this year. Yes, maybe in terms of results, wasn't the best year for me. It wasn't what I was hoping for in terms of getting the ATP point in singles, stuff like that. But I overperformed on the doubles side. And of course, I had some hindrances over the last 6 months holding me back. But there are no excuses for that. I'm going to work double as hard in the new year, using everything that I've learned to push myself forwards. And of course, I'm going to be taking you guys along the journey with me, which I'm so excited for. In the meantime, go and follow our TikTok account, which I'm going to be posting some stuff of over the next few weeks, because obviously YouTube videos take a bit more production than smaller TikTok clips. So go and follow us over there. There'll be a link in the description as well. Also, if you have any questions relating to my last year, what's going on now, or what's going on in the future, or any general questions, leave them down below. Let's start the new year off with a bang. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Right guys, so I've just come out of my operation. I have a drip in my arm. I also have my other arm maybe cut off. I don't know. I'm woken up, so that's all good. I'm in the room. Yeah, it was a little bit weird doing the stuff because they peeked me in the hand and it was quite painful. They didn't do it without me expecting it, so I was like, ah! And then they started injecting the anti whatever it is. Oh my god, it's so hard to stay awake. I was trying so hard to stay awake. It was as if like the life was just being pulled from my body. That's how I imagine death. You just kind of slowly can't really move anymore, and then you just kind of pass away. And then yeah, I went to bed. They gave me some small medication. The woman tried to poison me with water, so I didn't take it because I'm smart. And yeah, have some good post-recovery lunch later. I will keep you guys updated, like you're my family, which you are. And then yeah, document my recovery journey. I'm sure I'll be back on court in no time. Let's go 2023, baby.